Hi guys, it's Sherry. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make earrings using these beautiful cutters. They are these little plants and look how adorable they are. But we're not just going to be using cutters. I'm going to show you how to use these cutters and bring them to life. So most people will take their clay and they'll just cut out, say, their pieces. So we're just going to cut these out to show you. And then they'll bake them and they'll place them together, and that will be their earring. So this would most likely be green, and then the pot would be a different color. But what I want to do is show you how to really bring each one of these to life. Really show you how to use your clay. So I have an entire box here full of all different kinds of scrap clay from other projects that I had. And I'm going to use a bunch of my scrap clay, blend them together, and make some beautiful earrings. And one of them is this gray granite. And I just love this clay. It's going to be perfect for one of the clay pots. And I think it'll be wonderful to have something that looks like stone instead of just a plain color. So then I have different colors here. So I am going to actually recondition all this clay, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to blend these and make some beautiful earrings. Okay, so I have my light green, my dark green, and my gold all conditioned. So we're going to actually be doing two different ways. And the first one we are going to do is we're just going to cut a small strip here of our green. We'll do the same thing with our light green. We'll place these right next to each other. And then our gold. We actually want to, sorry. So I am just going to take my two greens and I'm going to do dark, light, and then I'm going to take my gold and I want to do small strips and just kind of lay them right in between. So now I will take these and I will roll this through my pasta machine. So you have that, and then I'm going to fold it and do that again. And I will continue to do that. Try to keep your pieces together. So we'll keep doing that till it's all blended real nice together. So after running this through my pasta machine, I say about 20 times, that is what we got. And look how gorgeous that is. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. So now we could take this, and I have this out on my thickest setting. And we could take this one here, and we could go right in between. I want the darker on the top, or on the bottom. Oops. Lift that. And look how beautiful. So now we have the dark and we have the light. If you want more light, and less dark. We could go up further. And look. So instead of just doing a plain color, we could really blend them to make a beautiful pair of earrings. We could also use this technique for this one. Let me do 2 of them right away. So look how pretty that looks with the double. And just that hint of gold. So just absolutely beautiful. So we'll put that off to the side. So my next one, let me get that cleaned up, is I want to take my green and make a triangle. Let's get a light color here. And then I want to get a little bit of my yellow. Okay, I'm going to cut out a yellow triangle. And I'm going to cut that one right in half. And I'm going to run these through my pasta machine. And let me get them put together better. Let me mush them together. All right. Let me run these through. So we're going to run them through. We're going to fold and then run and make sure that the folded part is on the bottom. And then we're just going to continue putting those through the pasta machine. Okay, so this is what I ended up with, and I'm very happy with it. So what I would like to do is I'm going to use this one, and I'm actually going to use a little bit of water because I don't want my cutters to continue to stick. Because they are detailed, they will have a habit of sticking. If you don't have water, actually, you know what? I'm going to end up using saran wrap so my cutters do not stick. So I'm actually going to use, let's see here. I like that right there. And look how beautiful that is. So we have a nice little stripe going. So what I am going to do is, because I really like that section, I'm going to run this through my pasta machine again. And I am going to build up that section so I can reuse those colors. To build up the section, you're just going to take off that little bit and paste them back together. And then start running it through and doing the same thing. And now we have our colors blended in that area again. And then there we go. So it's slightly different, but not terribly different. If you want it to be exactly the same, you make a bigger triangles, or you can do the same thing. Cut off this little excess. We could kind of paste that right back together in those areas. And then we will fold it and run it through our machine. And then you'll have that. So you can easily, like I said, just go right over. We'll match this one up almost perfect. And then we have something that's similar, some more light up here. So you could just play around with that. I like this green, so I am actually going to just use that green for these cutters. And I actually like this yellow green, so we're going to use one of our pots. Actually, we need 2 of them. Okay. So put those off to the side for right now. So we got that one, we got those, that one, that one. Okay, this is our last one here. All right, so for our last one, I actually want to cut my little strips. They do not have to be perfect in size. So I will take my strips and I am going to put them right next to each other. Kind of build them up on each other. And I'm going to do light, dark, yellow, dark. Do my light again. Oops. I'm going to run this through my pasta machine. This one I'm not going to blend as well. So that's what we have, and I'm just going to blend it a couple times. And I really like that. And that's what we got. I do not want to over blend it. I want to keep this pretty stripy looking. So I'll put my saran wrap over. Oh, I really like that. And I actually want to do a couple of these. Oops, that one's stuck a little bit. I'm going to punch that one all the way through. And look how neat those look. So just playing with your clay colors really helps to bring these pieces to life. I think they look beautiful. Oops, it's this way. So I'm going to show you. Here's one with the faded, and this is the one with the stripe. So you can really play around with your clay and have a lot of fun with it. So for my box, I know I want to do a few that look like stone. So I will actually, I want them to kind of have that bubble look to them. So I will get a couple of these ones. And I want to do like a brown, maybe. This one will look good stone. And these ones, I kind of want to do like a brown orange color. So I have this. Let me see. Get out of here. Let me put those off to here. These look like nice clay pots. That's what I'd like. Has that clay color to it. Okay. So our next step is going to be, we want to clean up all our pieces. So we want to make sure all our edges are nice and smooth, because if you don't do that while the clay is still soft and you bake it, you're going to have to sand down everything. And I just don't want to do that. So I am going to get my sheet. I will start smoothing all my clay pots down here. And then we will work on decorating our plants. For like little tight areas, a blending tool is very useful. Because then you could just go right in between and get those areas that your finger cannot fit into. If you have a little extra, you could take your knife . Okay, so I have everything smoothed out. It looks beautiful. And now I am going to use, I have this tiny little mold, and I am going to use that to make some flowers. And that is going to really help bring our piece to life. So I have this beautiful like pink here, and I'm going to add some color to these pieces. So I want to, I need smaller than that, okay. I'm just going to push those right in there. I love this little mold. It's so tiny, and the flowers come out beautiful. I need half of that, I think. Look at that. Can you see how tiny that little flower is? And it looks so beautiful. So I'm just going to pull these little flowers out. This one I'm not going to use because it has green on it. Okay. So I want to take, come on, lift it up. And I want to put that right on the top and just lightly press. You don't want to press too hard because you don't want to ruin your actual flower. I'm going to put a small one over here. I'm going to put a small one right here as well. And this one will go nicely with that one. So I gotta still, I'm gonna press that in a bit. All right, so I want that one with that one. Look how pretty. So just adding that little simple flower really brought this plain green cactus to life. And that will go with that one. Okay. So we'll do this one. And I'm going to put this right on top. I'd like the big flower. And I'm going to go right over that green little section. And I'm going to make another big one here. So the little green stump, this little green stump here, I'm just kind of pushing it right behind the flower. And then I'm just going to add a couple on the actual plant. We'll do some real tiny ones on there. I don't like that one. And look how beautiful. So pretty. So we know that one goes together. All right, so now I want to do a different color because we did a lot of pink there. So let's try some yellow. Let's do a little bit of yellow. Okay, so I want to do this one. And I want to add some yellow onto these guys. All I'm doing is pushing in between each of the petals. And then we're going to put that right on top. And there's one with our yellow. These guys we're not going to do anything with. We will leave them just the way they are. And same thing with these. And then I want to actually decorate the clay pot on this one. I'm going to put a little bow on there because I thought that would be cute. And there's our little bow. And we will put that right on our clay pot. So there's our clay pot with the little bow. How adorable is that? And I'm thinking we can also add tiny little flowers on that one. So let's go with our pink. Okay. So after all that little bit of detail there, this is what we got. And look how beautiful. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm going to put these in the oven at 275 because this is all Primo clay. And I'm going to bake these for about 20-25 minutes, and then we'll come back and we will assemble everything. Okay guys, so all my pieces are out of the oven and I love the way they look. I think they came out fantastic. Look at this, guys. How beautiful is that? Absolutely stunning. What I want to do before we put these all together is I want to add a few little details. So I have my black paint marker. It is obviously going to be too big to go into these little, what do you call it? To go into these little lines. So I am just going to take my black paint marker. I'm going to get some paint onto my tile. And then I'm just going to take my tiny little paintbrush. And then I will just carefully follow my marks here. And this just gives it a little extra. I also have my white paint marker. And all I want to do is right on the in between, there's a little dot where the flower is, and I just want to mark that little dot. There we go. And it may not seem, but I'm telling you, just having those little white dots is really gonna make a difference on this. And I also want to take my white marker. I want to go around my little bow and just add a couple little dots. We're going to do the same thing with these ones up here. Just carefully mark your little flowers. I am also going to push that off to the side. Make little white lines. Oops, I gotta clean that one up. We can actually make some extra white lines to kind of make it look there we go. I like that. I have my silver chrome. This one, I am just going to put little tiny silver dots all over my little pot. I'll put little lines up here. So that will be our little clay pot for that. And I think I'm going to add a few little dots up here as well. I'll let that completely dry because that came out pretty thick. So I think that's going to be a little bit till it dries. This one, I want to take my chrome pen and I just want to go inside. I actually like the silver better, so I'm going to go right over this black and add some silver to that. So adding these little tiny details is what really brings your simple clay cutters to life. I did end up sanding these down partially just to make sure everything was nice and smooth before I turned the camera back on. So just double check and make sure all your stuff is nice and smooth. So these we're going to do last because I know that that ink or that paint is still wet and I don't want to mess it up. So I have my little battery operated drill, and what I am going to do is these ones, you could do one hole right in the middle or you could do two on the side. It depends on what you prefer. But I know in the very top here is I am going to want a hole. So I am just going to take my little pen or my little marker here and I'm going to mark where I want my holes. Because I know I don't want them close by anything. Meaning the edges or the very top, because I do not want my piece to break. And then I just got to decide, do I want my pieces to hang with two or just one? This is a wider one, so I am actually going to do two. So I am going to take this, lay them together like that, and then I will mark my piece. I'm going to put one there, one right here, and then I will mark, oops, right there and right there. So then I get my little drill and I'm going to just go right, let me go, move everything out of my way here so you guys can see. Put it right down. Don't get too close to the edge and just go straight down. And I like to just kind of go in, make sure the hole is completely cleaned out. And then once more. And there we go. And now that one will be ready. So I'll do the same thing to this one. This particular one, I'm just going to do 1 hole on each one. And I will once again mark it to make sure that it is exactly where I want it. I know I want to go right in the middle. And for the top, we have to unfortunately go right through our little flower. So I think I'm actually going to go right where my little white mark is. So put that down. And for my top, I'm going to go right and go right above that little white mark there. Okay, so those are ready. These ones I don't even need to mark. I know exactly where I'm going to do them because it's right in the middle. So I will go right in the middle. And this one's going to be 1 as well. And go right in the middle. These still look like they're a little wet, so we will leave these alone for right now. And I'll show you how to start assembling these all together. You're going to want to get your jump rings. Decide what size you need. I get my pliers. I'm going to open up my jump rings. And I will put 1 in and another, and I want to see how far apart these are because I don't want them really far apart. So I'm actually going to go with a smaller one because I want these much closer. So we'll try these ones. That's much better. See, I wanted them to be much, much closer. And then I need a small one for up there. So let me get all my bottom parts together. These are so adorable. I am super thrilled with these. I really hope you guys like them as much as I do because I think they are just too cute. Look at those guys. Look how cute. How adorable are those? Oh, just so, so cute. I just love how you could take a cutter with a cool design and really just bring it to life by adding different things to it. I have so many summer ideas that I'm going to be bringing to you guys. And I cannot wait to show you all the different little cutters and ideas that I have for summertime, because your jewelry wardrobe is going to get very large if you like what I have in store for all of you. Okay. And I love that you don't have to do anything to the backs, because you still have that beautiful design and you have the color. So, I mean, the color is just beautiful. If you wanted to, you could easily add more flowers here. I felt like I don't need to do that. I'm happy with the way it is. This is still, I can see the bow is still wet. I am going to leave those alone completely. I'm going to get my fish hook earrings. So I will add those. I will turn these so they're facing the correct direction. And then I'm going to add my jump ring. And look how gorgeous. Look how fun. I really love this earring. This is my favorite one out of all of them. I think this is so pretty. I just love it. I absolutely love it. Remember your, when you're putting your earrings on, or the fish hooks, you want to make sure that you always face the piercing part in the back so it lays on your ear properly. So I'm going to turn a bunch of these right away. The reason I turn these is so I don't have to add another jump ring. Otherwise, they will not lay properly on your ear. The earring will face a different direction and it won't look right. Okay, so now I have all of these done. Now it's time for me to finish this one up quickly. And I'm going to line these up and see where I want to drill my holes. I want to do 2. So I think I'm going to go here. Right. I feel like the bow is still a little wet, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm almost afraid to touch it. Okay, now I'll add the last of these jump rings. Is that dry? Still, you know what? I think this is still just a tad bit wet. We're going to leave this alone. This is still just a tad bit wet. So I will assemble these on my own. Oh, I forgot to do this top anyway. So let me just drill my little hole here. Okay, guys. So my last step is to put my Sculpey glaze on everything. I have my gloss glaze. I want to make everything nice and shiny. Protect a little bit of paint that I put on there. So what I like to do is I like to use a necklace hanger, and I will gloss everything. So This is the top of my necklace hanger. And I will gloss everything, and then I will hang it on each one of these to dry. So just get your gloss, get your paintbrush, and then just go right over your entire piece. You do not have to worry about the back if you don't want to. I always, 99% of the time, I put my pieces together before I gloss them because I love to hang them to dry. And most of the time, I am doing the front and the back. So I like to do them all at once. These are so adorable. I love that we added the little flowers and the polka dots on the pot, because I think that really helped bring this piece to life. We didn't do too much with the cactus. We left it just one solid color. And then that little planter pot is what is really going to be the showstopper on these. Okay, guys, so here they are. Look how gorgeous they look. I mean, just absolutely stunning, all of them. These are still my favorite. I just love the way the green is faded into each other. I think the little flowers are adorable, and then the little flower pot, just all these little details really brought this earring to life. And look at the little bow with the polka dots. How adorable are these? I mean, every single one is unique and special. Look at how we have the nice, beautiful stripes on this one. And this is another one that I just absolutely love. I think the clay pot is just so adorable. And then the little flowers on top, just very, very cute. You have the stripes on this one as well. And I actually like the black behind the silver on this one. And then this one. Just all of them are so beautiful. I love them all. I really hope you enjoyed creating all these pieces with me. If you are interested in these cutters, I could put a link in the description for you. I had a lot of fun creating with these cutters. I can't wait to make more and change them up. And if you did like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.